Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's Kay. Today we're going to get in our first episode of the Mobley Mini Series. Here we have Nyla and Noah Mobley. They are twins. If you have not already, I highly encourage you to check out the cast and build, which I will link and have it in the cards in this video so that way you can reference those videos. But it'll definitely give you a little bit more of their backstory because I just wanted to just jump in this series and just start with the gameplay. But right now, they both have been settled into their home. Nyla had made some of her favorite tomato soup that was passed down from her mom and from her grandma. So she figured that would be a really good first meal for her and Noah. So Noah as well just got done making, I want to say it was a knife block that he made so he can list on Plopsy. He does do a lot of woodworking and he will list that from time to time. So you could say he's like a freelancer in that regards, but right now we have them just coming in about to get something to eat and pretty much just kind of figure out what today is going to bring. Nyla is just getting really comfortable and kind of just, wanted to ask her brother, like, hey, Noah, I'm so happy we are finally settled into the cabin. We should do something fun today. Maybe go down to the old pier by the lake. Perhaps we will bump into our old friends. And I would say that Noah was like, you know what, that sounds like a really great idea. It's a nice, beautiful, sunny day. And maybe we can go out and just do something. So we'll let them go ahead and finish their meal. And I'll be back.
Shalip Smetzel, Prisham,
Tiru Ufa, Maranai, Chaba?
Slekum Forb.
Ha.
All right, you all. So we are headed to the pier right now. Seems to be no one here, but I'm just gonna let Noah and Nyla just kind of kick back and relax. He is big into guitar, so he wants to kind of pluck some strings and just see if he still got it and kind of just enjoy themselves. Like, this is the first day and they just kind of just want to relax and kind of get the hang of the old town. And Nyla, she's not good on the jokes, but she's gonna try to crack a few jokes here and there. I would think that she's probably maybe making fun of her brother, like, hey, I know you can play better than that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and just allow them to just hang out and just enjoy this lovely, sunny, beautiful day.
Yumbo Wano, Watson, Stone, Tripna Behe, but he, Damsa Florissant, Ispa, Niva, Pagacharba, John Fresh, Watoni, Waset Bimba Barn, Droba Buset.
They used to come to this pier almost every other day when they were younger. And to just come here and just not have their parents with them, they are reflecting, like, I remember when mom and dad used to sit on that bench and we used to perform for them, and everyone will be around. There would be all kind of local shops and everything. And it's just kind of just a memory, a memorable time. Just to hear the lake waves is just very peaceful to them, very calming, and this is very therapeutic to them. And you'll see that I am raising their skill levels just because I feel like it will be a lot more than that. So I'm just tuning up the game. And just to have this bonding experience and kind of almost paying homage to their family. It seems like Nyla is getting a call from her brother. So, like I said, it just seems like they're just, reminiscing on their childhood and kind of just figuring out, what was it in their past that made them to what they are today. And I would just say with Noah, again, they both are really big into nature. So I'm just scrolling here to just trying to figure out exactly what in his childhood that will kind of be a formative moment for him. And I would say that he's definitely a collector. So I would say, like, when they were kids, they collected everything. They loved just going around Gibby Gibby and just finding different trinkets and all kinds of different things. And they loved to collect, and they were definitely best friends. So just to have that memory in that moment right now is really good and just reflective on their life right now.
Oh. Cha, Bunamopsy.
Right now, I would think that Noah is just like, hey, just remember that time when mom and dad used to go and get us ice cream and we would come here and remember you spilled the ice cream and you were crying your head off and you wanted another cone, but you just couldn't have one. And she's like, yeah, 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 I get it. And she's like, you know what? Would you like to go out and let's go for a swim? It's a really good, nice day. Let's just end the night with a really good swim. So they're going to come over and they're going to just kind of sit and chill, get themselves prepared, and they're just going to go and have a swim on the lake for tonight, just to wrap up tonight.
Ha ha, Brifney Abhorn. Bonkum Patuv. Ho, Yibs.
We finally made it here at the other end of the lake, and Noah's sitting down thinking about his childhood friend Stanley. And he asked Nyla, hey, do you remember Stanley? And she's like, yeah, of course I know Stanley. And he's like, I wonder if he's at the lake. That would be so cool if we can catch up. The last time I heard, his daughter was like 3 years old, and that would be so cool. And Nyla's like, of course. Like, I hope maybe Alexandria is there as well. I really do miss her, and hopefully we'll bump into her either tonight or tomorrow.
Murno, Justinoi, huh? So, terrific.
As they head to the other end of the lake, Nyla is really just thinking about the last time her and Alexandria spoke. They didn't really leave on good terms, but as you grow up, you kind of either you grow together or you grow apart. And Alexandria and Nyla kind of grew apart, but I feel like if they were to see each other, they would kind of just put everything in the past. Alexandria she felt at that time that Nyla just didn't really care about her feelings, especially when she found out that she was pregnant after college. Nyla, unfortunately, of course, had her own agenda. She had her own life and kind of just grew apart. And, Alexandria kind of just feels a little bit resentment with that.
Zanks benar. Elke beffatay. Oh. Jifka bumzoi. Falanas pitfall. Vivan. Septo. Tachatuni. Travik Bashan. Simonis Arrow.
Right now, Nyla and Noah are just enjoying themselves. They're giving a little splash. They're enjoying. This, I will say, this place is so beautiful. I absolutely love this place. It's so peaceful. There's auroras everywhere. And this water is just so breathtaking. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just allow them to just enjoy the rest of their evening.
Open. Bappin. Loopy. Tripna. McCursh crew. Tobana.
Looks like Alexandria and Stanley may not be here at the lake, so hopefully either by tonight or maybe tomorrow they will bump into them because they do live here. So
Top Weezy, huh?
Swarble Tarbahay Farbina. Obrita. Orbita. Wasanex. Thelma. Etsna. Oh, nay. Brocky Bosa. Upton Hobaro.
okay, so both of them are going to try jellyfish. It's been several years since they've tried it, so they're definitely going to see if they enjoy it. It seems like they do.
Yummies.
Nyla is feeling very focused and very lighthearted, and she's such a generous sim, and she's so happy to see that her brother is smiling and happy, especially after the breakup and, of course, their parents. And he is just enjoying himself. He's in his territory, I would say. Coming from the city and, trying to make his business work and being here, he is just really enjoying and he really needed this and this great bonding experience.
Mudo.
Okay, so now we are home, and Nyla and Noah are getting themselves together so they can wrap up their night. It looks like after that swim and just reflecting, Noah is feeling a little flirty. I would say, well, it seems like Nyla was too, but I would just say that they really were just enjoying themselves. All right, so right now Noah just woke up and Nyla will be waking up here soon. I will have her go ahead and make some pancakes probably for today or this morning. Um, Noah is going to go ahead and clean up everything before she does. And he is going to also go into the shed and kind of do another woodworking session. He beat me to getting something to eat. So he is eating some really nasty tomato soup. So, of course, Nyla is like, I have to absolutely do everything, don't I? So, again, they're siblings. They're hilarious. She's like, this stuff stinks. So, before we get our day and things started, we're going to try to get them something to eat. And Noah, for sure, is going to go out in the shed and make something so he can list on Plopsy.
Lorraine Penor.
Right now, we are getting something. We're just going to say we are getting a text message from our grandpa on our mom's side. And he's like, hey, I heard that you guys moved in. Here's a couple of, simoleons for you so you guys can get you settled, buy some new furniture, or just put it in savings. So we're just going to say that this is who he is. So, of course, Nyla is like, she's not going to say no to this. So she's like, okay, great grandpa, thank you so much. Thank you for thinking about us. This is a great housewarming gift. So, as I've said before, we are going to get our morning started, and hopefully, right now they will all start to act right. Noah is washing the dishes. He is being a great big bro, per usual. He's like, oh my gosh, Nyla, chill out. You don't have to do that much. You're just making pancakes. And she's like, whatever. You're going to eat them anyway. So again, we're gonna have him to just kind of just talk to her and just say, hey, that was a really fun night. Hopefully we'll get to meet up with Stanley and Alexandria today. And she's like, yeah, I know that they'll be around. So, but yeah, she's gonna get herself together, and like I said, he's gonna come out here and he is going to make we'll just say something for him to do so he can list, so he can at least stay current on his account.
Urazap?
Murph.
Ah, Suna Nibna.
As she's finishing her pancakes, she's really thinking like, you know what? I should go ahead and start working out. It's been a minute. So, let me go ahead and clean up these dishes and maybe let's see what's going on down in town. She heard that there's some kind of cycling festival that's happening. So, we're going to take a look and she's going to just go out and kind of just get her cycle on. Before she does that, we're going to maybe try to get a smoothie. And it looks like Noah has finished I think it was a bear. So he has finished that and he's like, you know what? I am wanting to go and get a little light jog in as well. He's feeling pretty confident about what he just did. And he is a very competitive sim, so he's kind of like, yeah, I got this in the bag. I am feeling good. And Nyla is going to choose her produce and she is going to make a smoothie before she does her cycling. Nyla is out here working. She is like, my goodness, I chose the hottest day to cycle. She's like, I am thirsty. Like, oh, are you guys hot? And we're facing in direct sunlight. But it seems like Noah, he's such an active sim. He likes to keep fit as much as he can. Nyla is kind of a little bit of the opposite, but she's trying. She says she's gonna do better. So Noah went ahead and got changed, and as he's approaching the house, he's looking and he's like, "Wait a minute, is that who I think it is approaching the door?" So
Blush.
my girl Nyla feels
Ole.
so
Yoka Bina.
focused. She's like, I really did that. Oh my goodness. I did not think I was going to survive that. So she is definitely going to go over here and make sure she gets a smoothie this time because last time she did not. So hopefully it will be a success.
Smooshel, smooshel. Oh, oh,
And
deep,
unfortunately, it was
deep.
not a success. Poor
Oh,
Nyla.
this scroble.
Noah was right. It was his good friend
Falpin
Stanley who
Sitorim.
came over
All
to
Frita.
visit. And
Kafaya.
he's kind of a bit in a
Wasinex.
sad mood,
Felman.
Stanley is. And
Kaparapando.
he's just
Ruha.
like,
Baluk.
I am just so sorry what happened to your
Lampima.
parents,
Ukinik.
bro. And,
Zafoy.
how are you
Zurich.
doing? And I'm
Yabyam.
so sorry about,
Waterfish.
the breakup. And, I heard that through the
Varma.
grapevine. And he's like, yeah,
Wagaruha.
it's okay. I'm so happy to see you. And, we
Sikafus.
can catch up. How are things going
Sanadayala.
with you, Stanley?
Oh,
And
Shubira.
so Stanley is going to pretty much tell him,
Trouble
everything, what's
Bakel.
going on. And
In Wajabi.
Stanley just tells him that after the breakup of his child's mother, it's just been kind
Nina
of hard.
Faru.
And he's living
Nagoya.
with his father
Nabe.
just to try to make
Frolas
ends
Girga.
meet. And he
Nor
really still
Burbistig.
has a sweet spot,
Oh, Mago.
obviously, for his child's
Balgamar.
mom, but he's just
Mimli.
kind of worried about, like,
Kiarba
could he
Uchima
be a good
Tisqua.
father,
Babatsi
and
Mo.
seeing as though that he has
Sniba.
full
Nibna.
custody. So it's really kind of getting
Sacudario.
to him, and
Aragaba.
he's just really good that
Arbo Vidia
Noah is
Clark.
here and he can
Jabal.
kind of have an
Abo.
outlet and kind of have
Kuna.
his bro back to
Nubin.
kind of just help with
Ipa.
Argy. Ah,
everything.
Muji.
Noah is like, bro, we both have definitely
Trouble
suffered major
What?
losses in the
Ah,
relationship
so.
department. And, I'm happy to be back just to
Oh,
kind of just
Flema,
start
Flema
over with
Ferde.
everything.
Oh,
And of
Gibbs,
course, here's
Gibbs.
Noah being very competitive, but he's just really super excited. And it looks like Stanley is already making himself at home. He remembers this cabin. He used to come all the time. So Nyla is back from feeling herself after that long workout that she had, and she's like, "Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
Frita.
Stanley, it's good to see
Wasinex.
you." And
Felman.
Noah's like, I was wondering when I was gonna see you, and we just caught up not that long
Arachnofa.
ago, and his
Deeps.
baby girl is getting
Ochas.
so big
Oh,
now. He
Shah.
told me,
Clark.
and Stanley is just like,
Neptiv.
"Hey, have you heard
Fruitnafish.
from
Harp. Oh,
Alexandria?" And she's like, "No, I have not." And she's like, "You
Shubisha.
look really
Biffin.
good." She's like, "Last time I saw you,
No
you were just
snap.
so
Like
small,
Gila.
so skinny. It seems like you bulked up there." And I would think like Noah is looking at her like, "Okay, settle down there, settle down." But no, they're really good friends and everything. And he's just like, how has it been? Like, it's just been ages. Like,
Oh,
I
Bimbo.
remember last time you were always
Learning.
practice makes perfect. Get over here and give me a hug. And so Noah is like looking like, okay. You guys are a little handsy there. But no, they're just really cool friends.
Sure, Z.
Oops.
Stanley is just like, yeah, so
Funny
you know, I was talking to Alexandria the other day and she knows that you guys are in town. Hopefully she'll show up. And Nyla's like, oh, really? Okay. It will be good to see her.
You threw a shabao. Police for sure. See.
So, what do we know? Alexandria is here, and I would think Nyla is like, did you plan this? However, my girl Alexandria is mad, but like I said, Alexandria and Nyla, the last time they spoke, they were not on good terms, so I would say that she still kind of has that resentment. But she is really excited to still meet her. And I would say Stanley is just like, hey, you know, giving her the eye, like, get over it, you know, like, remember these days? And I would say that Nyla just cracked a joke and was just like, oh my gosh, I remember like when last time we were here, we had pizza and we watched movies. And Stanley's like, you know what? Maybe we should get a pizza. Doesn't that sound like fun? I'm so excited. And I would think like Alexandria, she's just like, you know what? Stanley, just chill out. Like, we don't need to have pizza. We're just saying hi. I'm just only going to be here for a little bit. Santa's like, speak for yourself. He didn't already made himself at home. He got himself a glass of water. I don't even think Noah really was just like, make yourself at home. But Stanley's like, no need. So it's really good to kind of see the gang all together. Alexandria is really like, she's just going through it. And Nyla is just kind of like, oh man, I think we do need to kind of have a talk, you know, just one on one. And Noah's like, you know what, that would be a really good idea. You know, I guess this is a little bit hard for her and just everybody's going through things. And Stanley is just like, you know what, and I heard that, you know, she's having a hard time, you know, at the house and raising her son and everything. So just kind of give her a little bit of grace. You know, she has a lot on her shoulders. And so with Alexandria, I feel like right now she excused herself to the bathroom and she's just trying to calm herself down. And Noah's kind of like, you know, we all have issues and it's good that we're here and we used to be really cool together. So we just gotta let this stuff blow over. And Stanley's like, yeah, of course. Like, she's not the only one with problems right now. And I would think he's looking like, who made the pancakes? And Noah's like, of course. Practice makes perfect. Nyla over there. And I would think that they'll laugh. But it's really cool just to see them again all together in this cabin. And hopefully Alexandria will kind of calm herself down. Noah is feeling pretty focused and they're laughing. I would just think that they're just talking about just the good times that they had. And Alexandria seems like she's finally kind of like, okay, you know, yeah, I remember those times and those days. And, you know, Nyla, it is really good to see you. Noah, it is too. I really want to send my condolences. And, you know, Nyla right now is feeling pretty confident and she kind of just wants to put everything past her. And Noah's like, yeah, me too. So they're just talking, watching a show together, and I would think that Nyla's just like, hey, are you hungry? Would you like, you know, I can get a pizza and we can have pizza. And Alexandria's like, I don't know. She's a little standoffish. It might take some time with her, but I would think that Noah is like, hey, maybe tomorrow we can just go out by the lake and we can go and see the lighthouse. Wouldn't that be fun? And I would think like Alexander's like, oh my gosh, yes, that would be so cool. Remember we used to find like all those like hidden notes and everything? And I would think Nyla is like, of course, like that would be so cool. Okay, it's a deal. Let's make sure that we do that. And so they're going to get themselves together. They're just going to enjoy each other's company. It seems like Nyla's like, okay, we need to kind of clean up around here. And she is going to order some pizza and they're just going to enjoy each other's company.
Zopi. Kim store. The flash. Give it to Bell. Ponil. Gahara Shwabi.
Broody.
Ole.
Bedeso.
Yo cabina. Oh. Harfin. Tharg. Toki Boo.
My Griggs.
So Nyla just got done ordering the pizza and she's like, oh my gosh, Stanley, can you believe that was $50? I'm gonna take note. Goodness, next time maybe make my own. And she's like, hey, how do you stay fit? You know, what is your secret? And Noah's like, yeah, I want to know too. And he's like, hey, you know, every day I go to the gym, I run, and of course I'm in here doing push-ups. And Nyla's like, oh, I hear the pizza at the door. Let me go get it. She's like, here you go. Here's your tip. She's like, my goodness, $10 for, you know, a tip, I guess. She's like, oh, that's actually like $60. So Nyla realizes that Alexandria had left and went home. I'm sure it's more than likely it's because of her son. So she's like, hey, everybody come grab a slice of pizza. And so they're just going to go ahead and eat and they're going to finish up this movie and just enjoy their night. Well, actually, it looks like Alexandria texted and said she was craving sugar. So to be fair, that was, well, no, that was actually a lame excuse, but they're gonna enjoy the rest of their night anyways. Noah wanted to tell Stanley, like, hey, just to let you know, I am a woodcutter, so if you ever need anything, man, let me know, definitely. You know, if you, maybe I can even give you something for baby girl if you want. And Nyla is just like, yeah, he's actually pretty good at it. And he's making really good, decent money, so you should check out his website and support. And, you know, I always forget that Stanley is actually a vegetarian. So for him to eat that pepperoni pizza, I mean, he is definitely not feeling the best right now. But he is going to make light of everything. And he is just like overly excited to just be with his bro again. And he's just like, I will ignore it this time. Voiceover K here. Apologies, but you will hear my dog snoring in the background in this next clip. I do apologize again. So sorry. All right, enjoy. Stanley is putting the dishes away and he's gonna say, all right, I need to get out of here so I can go home to baby girl. It was so good seeing both of you, and we will catch up tomorrow and we're gonna have so much fun. And Noah caught him hug Nyla twice, and he's gonna put that in the back of his mind. He's like, hey, what's up with you and Stanley? She's like, oh my gosh, get over it. Nothing. Ugh, I stink and I need to get myself together.
Mark, a maybe? A plevas apple. Ah, crazo. Some BC. Moi bim, yas fenip.
Okay, everyone, so I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the Mobleys Mini Series. Please, 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 if you enjoyed, hit that like and subscribe button. Please support. And also, please tell me your thoughts, and give me your comments on the first episode. Do you think that Alexandria and Nyla would get over their little spat, if you will? But anyways, I would love to hear what you all think. And thank you again for vibing out with me. And until next time, bye guys.